Well, this is Gary and Shelby. We're going fishing today out at Loxahatchee. It's a bright, very bright, sunny day with a friend of ours, Frank. We're going to do a little bit of shiner fishing, which is, I'm not an expert at shiner fishing, but we're going to do some shiner fishing today just to see if maybe we can catch some fish. And it's very windy out today. The sun is very bright. The water's crystal clear. And the water at Loxahatchee is not really down yet. It's probably about its medium height. So, in fact, they were pumping a little bit out while I was there. This is Easter Sunday. Headed to our first spot. We have arrived. Our first attempt here, we're just not really getting any bites, and then we have a little visitor that, well, not really a little visitor, a big visitor, probably about a 10-foot gator, and he's being very persistent, and I'm putting up with him, but I do have a dog on board, and I don't want to have a problem, but keeps coming close to the boat. So finally I decide that we're going to make a move to the next spot. I don't want to sit there and aggravate this gator and have a problem, so we're going to move to our next spot here very, very shortly. Now there's Shelby. She's all full of, she's chasing that bait because she's never seen me have live bait on the boat before. She's wondering, what the heck is that? Now if you kind of watch her, she's going to be looking over there and seeing this gator. I think she's pretty close to seeing him now, and she's decided, oh, let's go. So here we go, next spot. If you look down at the water, I mean, when I'm telling you, the water's like gin clear. It's unbelievably clear. Good weeds. There's no reason why we shouldn't be catching fish. Frankie's putting a live shiner on right now. Suggesting his float. I've known Frankie for about 15 years. He's been a real good friend of mine. And we usually get a chance to go out once or twice a year. Now we're going across the flats right now, and if you look into the water, you can see how clear it is. You can see the vegetation below it. And I'm up front right now throwing an artificial, just see if I can scare something up, but no luck, so we're going to make another move. We're headed for another spot I know that should be good for shiner fishing. We're going to take a shot at that. Now, this film's been shortened down a lot because we waste a lot of time testing different spots, and you know, this is probably close to noon. We've already been fishing for 3 or 4 hours. Of course, like I've taken condensed, so you have to watch us just sitting there not doing anything. We're coming back into the canal right now, and we're going to head down to another spot. This is going to be our last spot we're headed for now. There's a little girl just taking a little nap, being very, very comfortable. You tell that she's got it made, right? Siesta time for Shelby. She's kind of wishing we'd catch some fish so she'd have a little action. Yeah, we're starting back to that last spot. Once we got in the canal. I got her tied up in front so that she doesn't bother Frankie while he's fishing. Well, on our first spot here, and we're sitting right at the mouth of a canal, and it's kind of plugged up with a lot of vegetation. Frankie gets hooked up on some stuff, so I gotta get back there so he can get unhooked. So I'm kind of pulling the boat out, bringing it around so that he can get his hook out of the weeds and stuff. Now the vegetation you see on the left of him is plugging the canal, so there's a canal that's underneath all that vegetation. Again, he's trying to get unhooked. Here he is, he's trying to get it unhooked off the vegetation. Needless to say, on the right side, and you can't see it, there is a mammoth gator. He's probably 12 foot, and I just barely saw his tail. But now as Frankie comes over, watch what happens. Whoa, there it splashed. I mean, Frank says, what the heck was that? Now Shelby went a little water. It's getting a little hot out there, and she's kind of panting, so time for water. And you tell me this dog doesn't like to have her nice cold water. Well, Frank's got a fish on. Look who runs towards the back. I hooked her up in the middle while we all had something to eat real quick, and she scrambles to the back, and I'm trying to get her out of the way, and she does not want to go. She's kind of looking at me and saying, I'm not leaving. You see Frankie there, he's got a bass on. He's holding the float. And Shelby just doesn't want to go back. There's the bass. We didn't catch that many bass today. It just seemed like the bite was mainly mudfish of all things. Shelby's not cooperating. She's saying, this is my boat. Don't you push me around. There's Frankie with his fish. Not a great big one, but the thing came from underneath that vegetation. It's almost completely black. Almost doesn't look like a bass, but it is. I'm taking a picture with my cell phone, so he's got a picture of it. Largemouth bass. It's hard to tell. You can't tell how windy it is, but the wind is really blowing hard. Yeah, I gotta take it, get it off the hook. Or Shelby wants to eat that fish. Look at her. Look at that tail go on that dog. If you get in the way, it'll absolutely bruise you. Yeah, there he's got one on. What's happening, we're getting these mudfish bites, and because they got such a hard mouth, it's very hard to hook them. We're using live shiners, and they get that shiner and they hold it right in their mouth, and if they feel any tension on it, they take and open up their mouth and they get off. So they're very, very difficult to catch. Frankie just hooked up on a garfish. These things are ugly. They look prehistoric. They call them alligator gar. They got more teeth than you can imagine. Now this one's probably about 2 or 3 pounds. It's not gigantic, but it's not small either. I'm going to get the pliers because I don't want to put up with their teeth. It's a wonder that he didn't bite the line off, because they got, like I say, razor sharp teeth. I'm leaning over to get the hook out, and I don't really want to mess with it so much, so that's done. Fish is gone. Well, we're coming back. It's been not a fruitful day, but a fun day. It's probably about 2:30 in the afternoon. We're heading back to the dock. It's a nice day to get out. Coming into the dock right now. Actually, it's not a dock, it's right at Loxahatchee, right by the post on the west ramp is where we're at right now. We're almost done. I got to put the boat on the trailer yet, and that's what I'm doing right now. Well, that's it for this day. Another great day of fishing out at Loxahatchee. Thank you all for watching. God bless, and have a great day. Goodbye.